nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc, love the kids.
Welcome to Civil Discourse. I am your host, Wesley, along with my co-host, Steve. We'll be talking about today's news from both sides of the political spectrum. How you doing today, Steve?
I'm good, Wesley. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. I mean, we got a lot of crazy stuff kind of going on here in the United States, of course, like always. I mean, we got your president running roughshod over the Constitution, over the whole entire nation, and pretty much over the whole entire world. But, I'm good still. And let's start this one off today. We're going to talk a little bit about, I know one of your favorite states, Texas. It says Trump started a redistricting war. Only Congress can stop it. A sudden war over redistricting has broken out in Texas and looks to spread across the country, with California, New York, and elsewhere considering tit-for-tat Democratic partisan gerrymandering to negate the Republican hardball in Texas. Congress, rather the courts, is in the best position to stop the upcoming race to the bottom. But even though it's in everyone's interest that Congress act, don't hold your breath. Redistricting, the drawing of district lines for electing members of Congress or state or local representatives, is typically a cyclical affair that starts at the beginning of each decade after the U.S. Census Bureau releases updated population figures. Supreme Court's one person, one vote cases from the Warren Court in the 1960s require that all these districts be redrawn to roughly equalize populations within districts. Other constraints apply too, including compliance with the state laws, the Voting Rights Act, and a requirement that race not be predominant in drawing district lines. So, when I look at what's going on here, it strikes me as being very, very almost like they're trying to usurp an election. Yeah, there's no other way I can kind of put this thing. When you got
I get where you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, but that's not really the case.
I mean, feel free. Go ahead, take the floor. I'd like to hear.
So the census is every 10 years. We're 5 years into the latest census. I get it. But the problem still exists is states have the power to do this, period. There's no argument about it. Okay.
Absolutely.
How they do it, maybe it's questionable. I don't know. I know that Texas is trying to change their districting to benefit Republicans. I get that. But it's no different than any other state that might be a blue state tries and redistrict more for their favor to get more representatives. California, for instance, they've done it in the past. Now, do they do it 5 years into a census? I don't know. I don't know the history.
Or by the president's behest? I need 5 more seats. Can we go ahead and get those for me, Texas? Doesn't sound strange to you?
But if they can do it, they can do it. I mean, it's up to the states to make those changes, right?
In 2021, an actual law was put out there like, hey, let's stop this from happening. And Republicans voted against it. Democrats voted for it. So it is something that they can do. However, it does present a problem of that. This could become like an all-out war between states. This is not a good thing. This is not something that you want. It's like a Pandora. It's like letting something out of the box right here.
That is definitely one way to look at it. But again, I think it's out of the norm for a state like Texas to do something like this. I know they have changed, they've redistricted in the past. I'm not in touch with anybody in charge of that whole situation out there, or who's actually doing it, who's in charge of it. So absolutely. I can't give you all the details around it, but I will say this. If you look at what the census does count, they even count illegals. So those numbers themselves are inflated to begin with, because they use the census numbers with illegals in it. And that to me,
it helps Texas. That helps Texas.
No, it doesn't. Not necessarily.
Whoa! Texas is not a border state. Texas does not get a bunch of
help them. It does not help them in the long run.
Okay? No. How you're talking about by the numbers though? But we're saying it's by the numbers that helps Texas. right? If they're counted, illegals are counted as people, then that helps Texas look like a bigger state than what it is by legal citizenship, right? Texas is a state that's a border state, right?
Well,
there.
I mean,
you got a lot of people crossed over into Texas, and what was Texas doing? They were taking their alleged illegal people and sending them.
But the issue is also in local elections, like here in Georgia. I'm not sure if it's here in Georgia. I know there are a few states that allow illegals to vote in local elections. I think New York is one of them. New York City allows.
I don't know.
I think they do. I think they allow local elections only, not state or not.
That's a tough one.
I believe they do. I believe they do.
I don't know if I'm gonna let you just slide with that one. That's a pretty big one. Allow people who are not here legally to vote. I don't know.
I'll look that one up.
But I'll let you go ahead.
I do believe that's the case, and I know it's somewhere they passed an ordinance where a law. I don't really say a law when it's in a state in a city, but maybe an ordinance or something like that allowed them to do that. But I'll have to take a look at that. I'll make sure I get my facts straight on it. So, but again, do illegals help the numbers? That's possible. I would say it is possible, because now if you're looking at the number of people in that state that has grown exponentially, people moving from California, Texas. Yeah. But they you got a lot of people that moved there from California. I mean, a lot of people had moved
from a lot of other places, from a lot of states. I mean, surrounding states have moved to Texas.
Now, when you're looking at a population growth, though, as Texas has had over the last 15, 20 years,
illegals may have helped this. Okay, all right, let's finish up.
I mean, but they're counted in the census, and they probably shouldn't be counted in the census.
Or even
have a population growth such as Texas, you should be able to, without this change your redistricting.
This isn't even actually a official census. This is like their internal census. This is not a
no. This is not their internal census. This is a nationwide census. This is based on
it only happens every 10 years. A nationwide census.
But they waited 5. This is done.
No. They're redistricting off of numbers that they've done internally.
A federal census counts illegals as population.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but right now this is not based off of 2020 census that they're doing this. This was already been changed, had been based off of 2020 census. This is based off of something they did internally right now. They're basically changing their districts based off of what fits best.
No, it's the United States Census of 2020. I mean, that's what it is. It's not a state-run thing. This is a federal census.
I don't think that this redistricting is based off of the state, because they said it happens every 10 years. Why wouldn't they have changed it in 2020? You get what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they have not changed this whole entire thing based off the 2020 numbers if it gave them 5 more seats? So Texas is gonna say, you know what? We don't want those 5 seats. We don't want more power in the House of Representatives. You guys go ahead and keep those. We'll wait another 10 years. I don't think they're gonna do that. They're going to make sure they get those numbers as soon as they come across. And what they're doing right now is, within 5 years, they've redrawn it. They went and counted whoever they wanted to, even the people who they want to put in concentration camps. Pretty much, not communist. Let me not use that kind of jargon. Not concentration camps.
I'm just going to tell you, you're wrong about it, because you cannot. The state of Texas has to go by the federal standard of census.
I'm not saying they don't.
Hold on. In order to have more federally elected House of Representatives, it's not a statewide census. It's a federal census that they're running on.
But they can run their own census within their own.
But it won't matter. It won't matter for the number for redistricting.
It's happening right now. It's happening right now.
But it's federal offices.
I'm not saying that they're not using the. I'm not saying they're not going by the guidelines. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not doing it the right way. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm not making that argument at all. What I'm saying is they're doing this halfway through. They might be using the same guidelines or whatever. They might have had the population growth within the last 5 years, but they're jumping the gun, doing it early for a reason that kind of shifted off of what the president wanted based off of that fact, rather than saying, let's wait 10 years, see how this pans out.
It's early or late.
I don't believe it's late. I don't believe it's late at all. I believe it's early. I believe it's super early for them to be doing it. They would have did this. I don't know any state that would not accept.
They would not know what's going to happen in 2030
but they're not, because they're not going off of that. They're going off of population numbers right now. I don't think so.
I don't think they're going off. I
don't think so.
That's the only way you can do it.
I don't think so at all. I think that they wait. Okay, so then it doesn't
for a House
make
of
sense
Representatives for a House of Representatives to be voted on, it's a state vote for a national office.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So to vote on a national office, it would be based on the numbers you get from the 2020 census, because that was the last one done.
No, I don't think so, because that's like, that doesn't make sense. I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense what you're saying, because it doesn't. Because only reason I say that's because they're not going to wait 10 years to say, I'm going to get the seats that I was deserved in 2020. I'm going to wait 5 years to get them now. That's the part that doesn't make sense. No one would do that. No state would say, all right, you know what, keep those 5, let me get them later. But
if Donald Trump wants them to do it, they're going to do it.
He wants them to do it based off their population figures now. He's saying right now, I think that you guys have had the population growth in these places to be able to redistrict and do this now. We can gain 5 more seats, or it may be this too. We may be both getting this wrong. What it could be is if they just redistrict the places that they already have, they could gain 5 more seats by saying, okay, you know what, this is a Democratic district here. If you shift the population in this district, we can change that to a Republican one, and we can gain 5 seats based off of that. You get what I'm saying? We might be both seeing this the wrong way. You get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
It may not be that they gained 5 more seats. It may just be that they may end up taking 5 more seats within that state.
So part of the argument, part of the argument, I'm going to read a statement here. The argument from Republicans is that people who are non-citizens and in the country illegally are being counted. It creates an artificially high number for representation. While there's been discussion in the past, the millions of illegal immigrants that arrived in the country during the Biden administration brought the concern back. Okay. So it's an abnormally high number because of illegals. So therefore they have, because of the 2020 census, and now with all the people that have had an influx during that time frame, I mean, yeah, I would see why they would try and redistrict.
I think they're trying to redistrict to try and take away people's vote, take away people's voice. That's what I think they're doing. They're doing something that they've done, and they're doing in Florida. They did the same thing. They went in and they went to the population, the people of color, and they redistrict their places along with people who were not of color, and they made sure they took away their representation. This is what it is right here. This is what they've been doing for a very long time. This is why you see a lot of red states doing this. He's doing this preemptively ahead of the 2026 election because he knows that they're going to lose a bunch of seats. It's what's going to happen. He's afraid of being a lame duck president. He wants to be able to plow through with his agenda as best he can. This is what he's normally used to doing.
He's pretty much done it already.
I mean,
he's pretty much done anything he's already said he wanted to do.
He's only passed one bill, really.
Everything bill, right? Pretty big.
Yeah, it's a huge bill. What it did, it took a lot of what it did. He hurt the middle class, and he hurt the lower class of people in this country. That's what he did. That's what he did. I mean, right now, no one's hurting because it just passed. Right now, we don't see any kind of money being taken off the table because it just passed. But I think over time, we're going to watch that money be taken off the table. Everything's is a trickle effect. And that's what we fail to realize. A lot of times, things are trickle effects. Just like this type of a law right here will be a trickle effect. It won't be something that's going to say we're going to say tomorrow, this hurt us. But as
like that, it's the same as the infrastructure bill that Biden got passed. You're not going to see any benefit from that. For another
we already have
7 years.
We've already seen benefits from that in this country.
We can't even get internet. We can't even get internet all over the country.
You know why? Because a lot of people don't really want that. I think a lot of people want to keep people away from education, away from things that kind of expand their life and educate them further.
You think the Biden administration wanted to do that because that was their deal? They wanted
I guarantee
internet.
I guarantee they want to do that. I guarantee that's what we look at our chip making ability in this country. How many folds did it increase under the Biden administration? Where did he put us at in the chip race right now under the Biden administration? I mean, there's a lot of things that the Biden administration did that no other. I mean, he expanded different kinds of SNAP benefits for people.
But we still can't get people in rural America internet,
and that's sad because who's mostly the rural American? Who
you
are
have
the people
more
who represent
you
them?
probably have more.
Who are the people who represent them? Go ahead.
But that's a federal government issue. That's not a state issue.
No, it's both. It's like if your representatives are not pushing
the bill.
Yeah, if you're
passed the bill, Joe Biden passed the bill.
We know
not there.
We know what pork barrel spending is, right? You know what pork barrel spending is? That's where people who are representatives from places like myself, like my place and yours, go in there and they make sure in that bill there are things that are in that bill for where they live at. Yeah, they should be taking care of that. That should be getting taken care of by. That's people who are who are not taking care of it.
This is a federally mandated law that people have internet and they don't yet.
No, don't get me wrong. It's been going on for a long time.
I know people across the river from me that still don't have internet.
Well, you act like you saying Biden, but you look at Trump. Did he say anything about you guys' internet? He didn't even care about it. At least Biden tried to make a bill.
Passed. The law's already been passed in the last administration. It still hasn't come to fruition.
So I mean, well, that speaks volumes. Like how quickly these things move. Is he freezing the money? Is what's happening right now? We don't know. His executive orders. Who knows
that
what
money
this guy's
can't be frozen because it's a law.
Yeah, they froze.
It's already been passed in the law.
We've watched them freeze money for things that have been passed already. Look at NPR and the other budgets. They froze a bunch of money that has already been passed through and already is in bills and everything. They've done that. That's not saying they've done it. So that's what we need to figure out. What have you done with the money that's supposed to be going? Did he redistribute it to his own people?
Who knows? Let's go ask the Biden administration who passed it.
We should ask them, and let's ask your representatives who are in your state who should know where that money is for situations like that for your state. That speaks about that's the main people who we really should be asking. We really shouldn't be asking the top. We really should be asking the people who are allocating the funds.
I am disappointed that I cannot get Xfinity for internet here.
I mean, why do you think that is?
I'm just saying, I am damn upset by that. I'm being facetious.
I can see that's a problem for you guys not to have internet. But at the end of the day, the way that your party is gerrymandering the vote, you see it happening. I see it happening. They're corrupting the entire system in the United States. This is breaking the foundation of what we have as a country.
Again, I ask, do you think it is out of the norm, but other states have done it? I mean, it's been going on since the United States was created.
I don't know that they've done it in the middle of a census. I mean, when you look at we read it out, you're not hearing it saying, oh, this is something that's been going on for this many people have done. They're telling us you know how most times when you read something, they'll say that this is normal. States do this, these states right here. We don't see that in anything that we're reading. They're saying the first thing they're saying is, hey, they do it during the census. They might gerrymander right after the census is over. They might gerrymander the hell out of their districts real quick. I mean, you know who I did see doing it? Florida. You know who I'm seeing doing it more than anyone else? Republicans. Red districts are doing this more than anyone else. But you read a list to me of states that are doing it. Like 3 states were blue. You would say one of I'm giving you one of them because
there were only 7 states in that list.
No, there was. There's way more. It was like 8 Republican states on that list. It was like Arkansas. I mean, this state, that state, every
Texas,
state.
Arkansas, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Maryland. I mean, those North Carolina.
That wasn't it. They'll try to stop now. Don't try to stop. You see how many states? It's like 11 states on there.
Those were all blue states.
Who? Texas, blue. Arkansas. What? What?
Oh, I didn't mean to say Texas. I meant to say Wisconsin, Maryland, Ohio.
Ohio's not a blue state. Ohio's not a blue state. When you have a Republican governor and you have 2 Republican senators, you are not purple. You're not purple.
It is 100%.
No, you're not.
Listen, the governor doesn't matter. Okay, you can have a Democratic governor in a state that votes primarily red. Okay,
it happens every now and then, but you have 2. You're gonna have 2 red senators.
It happens to Ohio.
Are you gonna have 2 senators as well? Both your senators are Republicans in Ohio.
No, hell, Georgia voted red, and we have 2 Democratic senators.
Yeah, and a Republican.
There goes your logic right there.
And
your
a Republican governor. And a Republican governor.
Two senators that are Democrats. So your argument holds no.
No, I said that you have the Republican governor and 2 senators. If you got 1 and 1, that's different. If you got 1 senator that's blue, 1 senator that's red, that's a little different. You might be a blue state, but you guys, they have all 3. It's a trifecta up there, a trifecta.
But it's still purple every year. It's still toss-up every year.
It's a toss-up.
Every presidential election is a toss-up state.
You see who's been winning
it as well as I do.
We see who's been winning it lately. Trump has won Ohio both times, hands down.
Biden won Pennsylvania.
I don't think he won Ohio.
In 2020.
I don't know if he won Ohio, though.
It doesn't matter. It's a purple state, man. It's a toss-up every election cycle.
Ohio's a red state. If we look, I bet you they have way more. I bet you they have more representatives that are Republican than Democrat. Bet you on that one. You know, I mean, all they have is they have like the Cuyahoga.
You might be losing some money tonight, Wesley.
I don't know about that one. I'm trying to tell you, it's basically a red. It's basically a sea of red and a couple blue little spots there. I'm trying to tell you that's what Ohio is right there. But enough. But let's just to put this to bed, to be real, this is something that I think is going to like further crack the foundation of who we are as a country. We have a president who's a very divisive person right now, who's cracking norms, making sure that America will never be the same America again. I mean, you're opening doors for future presidents to pretty much run roughshod over law, over norms, over the Constitution. This is what he set us up for. And we're sitting here like, oh, this is normal. This is fine. We're okay with it. You know, Kamala Harris said something. I think she was like, basically, he said, I predicted, you know, that she was on Stephen Colbert's show. That I predicted that, you know, this is what he would do, but I didn't predict that people would allow him to do it. And this is what I think that we're doing. We're allowing him to do it.
Off top in 1995, Pat Riley kind of traded